Hey, what's up guys, this is Liam or Wiggle on Clickheads back with a new video, and today we're going to be talking about Raze, the agent that we didn't even know we were getting in the game until she dropped in the beta, and also one of the more controversial heroes as well, whether it's pro players, streamers, or just general memes around the internet and on Reddit. Raze is causing havoc in the early game of Valorant. So I decided to dive in and have a go. It's been about a day and a half and I've been playing her, so forgive any bad aim in the gameplay, but I've got some cheeky ways that I've managed to use her abilities, which is why I think people think she's OP, and then Riot have also got quite an interesting opinion on this as well. In case you don't know what she does, she basically blows everything up, and I'm not really exaggerating. She has the Blast Pack, which is 2 C4s that she can carry. Now, personally, this is the utility I've used the least. I think that the best thing about it is being able to get to a position where people don't expect her to be. You can use them to bump you up to different areas, and they do not damage her either. Now, they will damage your team, have killed a few teammates that way, sorry, but I think that the one ability that's getting big feeds and big memes is the paint shells, or the grenades, effectively. They're like these cluster bombs that you throw out and they will blow up once, and then they drop out these mini grenades which do a good chunk of damage as well. These can easily one-shot somebody caught off guard by them, and you also get 2 of them. My personal favorite way to use these is either on an area where I think a team is going to try and rush, because if it doesn't kill anyone, it's going to deal big damage to the whole team. And you can also use them to arc them over sage walls or any corner that you think someone might be sitting in. And if they do not immediately react, they're going to die to this thing. It's kind of crazy, and it's cheap as well. Now, moving on, as I say, she blows everything up. She also has a Boombot robot. This mini robot's going to chase your foes down, and you can bounce it off of different walls. And the best utility I personally have found from this is actually baiting people to shoot it because they're so scared of it, and then following up on the kill yourself. And her ultimate ability, the Showstopper, or basically a rocket launcher, can also one-shot people as well, and I've even managed to clean up 3 or 4 people with it. Now, when I was playing this character over the last few days, I was saying to myself, this character seems really crazy. But at the minute, no one really knows what they're doing. There's not any set executes, no one's smoking or flashing properly, and most people don't even have friends that have the game yet. So I was thinking to myself, this may be a little bit like Overwatch, where some of the other characters like Reaper that might not be meta at a top level are feasting or pub stomping some of the lower ones. Well, Riot have actually replied to a Reddit post that was titled, "Raze is the wrong direction for this game." Morello Riot replied with this: "Let me talk a bit of what we think Raze is for in a game like Valorant. Raze is spicy. Weirdly, she's also the very first agent, tied with Sage, I believe, for how long she's been in the game with this gameplay. Her abilities all do very high damage in a small to moderate area. Initially, while everyone is getting used to the game, these will score quite a few kills, but the goal, and from what they've been testing so far, is that she turns into rarely getting kills with these abilities as players start responding to the tools and into flushing players out of areas and gunning them down in disadvantageous gunfights. So basically, as the skill curve goes up and people are better and reacting well to these things, there is probably better utility in the game. Now, what's interesting when you have a few different maps, and even then maps are quite varied, is it creates space for a character like Raze in certain situations, and most characters will fall into certain situations. Now, I think that Brimstone and Breach are probably going to be useful on most maps all of the time because their utility is so diverse, but when people really start getting used to how Raze can and can't be used, there are going to be big ways of countering her, just people haven't figured them out yet. And I really do agree with Riot on this one, especially after playing Overwatch. That's something that's been in that game for years, is that characters can absolutely devastate low ranks while being a niche pick or not a pick at all at higher rank. They go on a little further to talk about it, that the high damage that she has is meant to threaten you more than kill you, getting you out of place, forcing you into bad positions, and for the small space it controls compared to something like Sova's Dart, Breach's Flashpoint, or Phoenix's Curveball, they've had to make it impossible to ignore so she couldn't flush out predictable positions. These abilities should still be used before or after engagements to control space, not used instead of guns in direct fights. My expectation is a player throwing a cluster or rolling Gary directly at someone would get mowed down. This is part of the critical tactical loop we think is really sacred. That being said, they think there's some tuning that they want to watch. Back-to-back clusters might be a bit much, and things like aim punch on the baby nades, alt cost of the rocket, and other numerics are totally on the table. Just wanted to clarify what Raze and really damaging skills are for in Valorant. So this, again, happens in Overwatch and other ability focused games. When it all breaks down, it's about positioning and the space that you control. And even though right now people are standing in stupid places because they don't even know how to get out to spawn, they don't know where they can be peeked from spawn, everyone's just trying to figure everything out. And if you try to go forwards out of spawn and someone's already figured out they can land a nade there, you will die to it. But you're not going to walk into it in the next round and the next round and the next round. And the same even goes for her ultimate rocket launcher. If she's far away from you, you can shoot her in the head and get away. In fact, it happened to me just in my last play session where I tried to rocket the last guy, and even though it did kill him, he'd already killed me, so we lost the round. So it's something to really watch out for, as they say, but I'm 99% sure and convinced that this character, although cheesy at the moment, won't remain top of the meta. I mean, some of the other characters in the game just have so much utility, and like they say, if you're shooting out Sova's recon arrow, the space that controls is so much more than Breach. So if she didn't do that damage, the cluster bombs wouldn't even be scary and you just walk through and shoot people in the face. I actually think if Raze was to get a nerf, it wouldn't even be in the damage department, it would be the amount of things that she has, because she gets to throw out a bomb and figure out if someone's there, and then push up and use the bot to figure out if there's someone around the next corner, and then another grenade to figure out the next one. You see where I'm going with this? It's the space that you can take with it that really has the power, rather than the amount of damage that it can do. Let me know what you guys think, anyway, to any of this stuff. If there's any other heroes that you think might need tweaking, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Thank you all for the continued support, nearly at 20,000 subscribers, so thank you. Be sure to drop a like, as it does help us out and lets us know you're enjoying the content, and you're going to want to hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you get notified when our videos go live. Be sure to have a great day, as always. Take care and peace, people.